Please subscribe to Facetv Africa and turn the notification on. Facetv Africa, ẹ jọ̀ọ́, subscribe, hete.
Face TV was Swoby.
All right, yeah, welcome to another beautiful segment of the show. I remain your humble guest, Femi Bakari. So I present to you my guest, Eyu Washington.
Yes, I'm down.
At Dibobirija, Jagunlabi 1.
Jagunlabi at Dibobirija.
Dibobirija.
Thank you so much.
It's nice to have you around.
Yeah, it's a
So
pleasure.
today we'll be talking about Osinbajo APC presidential endorsement plan.
Please subscribe to Facetv Africa.
Arrival.
All right.
So what do you have to say? What do you want? What's your opinion about this? You know, Tinubu and Osinbajo being in the same political party, and they are running for the same post in 2023.
Well, I have to greet my people at home, our viewers, wherever they are.
Okay.
You see, the question is somehow getting twisted.
Okay.
In the sense that you have initially asked me two questions.
Okay.
So that questions go by, Tinubu's arrival.
Okay.
And Osinbajo.
Okay. First, okay.
So
Okay. Before that,
I would like to talk about Tinubu's arrival.
Okay.
Okay, which is Tinubu arrival. We all knew this right from time.
Okay.
That whatever goes up, usually
Comes down.
In that sense, it means when he traveled to UK for a particular treatment, maybe it's by virtue of surgery or whichever way. But the most important thing and the key word there is wherever you go, as Yoruba people says, Ajodabile.
Yeah.
So Okotoba Losokun Oma Padabo see Lebute. So definitely wherever a ship has to go across the sea, it has to come back to the shore. So which means it is very, very important to come back home wherever somebody travel to. It happens to you, it happens to myself. So it is normal thing to come back to Nigeria where I was born and is performing his duty as a politician. Okay. I don't say anything bad in that. It's a good and welcome idea. I even say, okay, you are welcome, sir.
Okay, that has answered the first question I said. I mean, when I said, what can you say about his arrival?
Yes,
okay, that's the first question, and that's a perfect answer. That's a good.
Thank you for that.
Yes. So the question, question I should be asking you now is, back to the same, what I was saying. Like, so, don't you think there's going to be a kind of, clash or calamity between, Tinubu and Osinbajo? I mean, running for 2023 election, or do you think there's a kind of a game plan work right there?
Well, politics is all about games. What I will say, Osinbajo's endorsement is not a new thing. And the way people see it is not the way me myself see it. Because when you say Osinbajo have been endorsed by a sector of people or APC, but if you go closer to politics, it's not about reading in most cases. But there are things you have to understand by tradition of politics itself. So knowing that will surely help you a lot to understand the forecast of politics. So for Osinbajo by now saying he has been endorsed by APC, I will only ask you, who are those APC? Because now we are having National Working Committee and the Congress is on the way. Of which we still don't know the way and manner the whole thing is going to be arranged. So definitely, whoever is telling you that Osinbajo have been, endorsed by APC, are just using that office, that name of APC. Did you understand?
Yeah, I understand
to
what you're
address
saying.
that issue. And that one is telling you that the APC has, endorsed its political group. Can you feel what I'm saying here?
Yeah.
So because when you read on pages of papers, you just have to be yourself and take a look at whatever you are reading and the way and manner to digest those issues. So, and then if comes to worst, that Osinbajo really want to contest for 2023 election. It's not too bad. Likewise, Asiwaju, he may, I think we have been hearing a lot of things, on the social media and some other ways around, and this kind of ambition that people have been posting about calling him Mr. Presidency soon and some other video clip like that. But all this is just a mere play to me, to the way I do understand my own politics and the way I've been reading politics for a while, because there is no way. More people are still going to come out from the APC. People may come out from Southeast. People may come out from North. People will come out from many other places. But the issue that we people are, contemplating upon is because we are looking at the closeness of Osinbajo and Bola Ahmed Tinubu. We see two of them as, as a role model for Osinbajo, because Osinbajo is, I can say Osinbajo is not a real politician, but an appointee. So in that manner, when you take a look at a politician, they have their way. And this Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu is a very great man in politics. That he is a kingmaker. That is what God has chosen him to be in the political arena, if I may say. Because don't let's go so far. Because a politician who cannot win his own polling booth in his own area, in his own ward, at local level, how will you think that one can go far in the system of politics? I still wonder about that. How that won't happen.
Okay, sorry for cutting you short. Yeah, but I have another question. Yeah, what do you think could be the factor responsible for Osinbajo not attending, this welcome party that was organized by the Tinubu'S, members and all those things? I mean, and then it was also eavesdropped that somehow he didn't even, despite the fact that people from, different House of Rep, even Buhari, and all of them went to visit him in London and all those things, he didn't even go. Could that be deduced to the fact that he's the running mate to, to Tinubu come 2023, or there are so many occasions that he hasn't even attended? Could that be one of those strategies, or what do you think could be the factor affecting all this?
Well, let me pick from the visit to London, where he's taking treatment that he has never been there to visit his master, or let me say he is a political godfather, if I may use that language. But that one, I think it's not Osinbajo alone, because I read from some pages like that where Aregbesola was being accused for not, paying a visit to Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu in London, and the response was that the executives, mostly the ministers, or let me say the presidency, do you understand? They are not being given the opportunity as a schedule and the protocol of the job they are doing. So they are not permitted to go and visit Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu. And they said, as far as the head of the presidency have, visited him, I think it's no need for the rest of them. As the way I look, and I think the protocol is, office is more than a community at times, because that's the PowerPoint. But the other one you've said, I don't have my findings about that, about his, arrival. I think he has to be there if he really wants to be loyal as a politician, as a friend, as a brother, as a party member, as a mentor. I think he has to be there. If he's not there, or he was not there, if he was not there, it means that one is, sounding somehow, and it is an alarm and an indication of some other thing negativity. But I don't think I have that fact that maybe it wasn't there. But if it was not there, that's not best of him, if I have to say.
Okay, good. All right. So sorry about this. I'll have to bring this to your cognizance. Do you at the point learnt that or heard about, good Lord Jonathan defecting from PDP to APC, and then what do you think can I suggest, and I think is a running mate too as well come 2023. So what do you think is happening?
There's
There's
this question sounds so funny, but some people they use some languages, say fallacy, and in most cases we call it propaganda. And also from a bit of lie, you will surely discover an atom of fact there or a reality in the process. Simply because politicians, you know them, they are more or less a concubine or a prostitute in most cases. So few of them are those who really determined, to be loyal to their party. If you take a look at this Nigeria politician, it is only some few that I won't be able to mention their names, because people may think maybe this person have take something, but on a normal basis and saying the fact, they usually move from one party to other, and it has become their tradition, which is very bad. It's simply tell people that you don't have integrity. So well, I don't think they care.
Okay, all right. So that's been said.
We often see this Jonathan son. In politics,
it might come out late.
It might. It's all about bid. The bid. They see. We Nigerians, we see politics as something that is very serious. But these big men see politics as business.
They see it as business, of course.
And they have their way with that.
Of course. So let's talk about swagger now. The Southwest agenda for Asiwaju. Yeah. So what can you say about it? I was at the event, and I can see different people coming to say yes, they want him there. They want him there. So what do you? Even Sanwo-Olu was there, like they want, So what can you say? And I think this still take us to draws us back to his arrival. It's one of the most cognizant reasons why he has to come back home. So the swagger now is what I'm more particular about. That's the Southwest agenda for Asiwaju. What agenda do they have for the Southwest?
Well, when you mention swagger on its own, the group is a political group, like of that Osinbajo that people said they have endorsed. So to endorse you in politics, do you understand? It has to be rubber stamped. Do you understand?
Yeah.
So it has a long way to go. But when you say swagger, and this swagger you are talking about, that one is telling you, I'm very sorry to say this, that it's a political group that just take a look at in absentia, the kind of people have put things together to set up and name that political organization, or I don't know, make it intact in absentia of Asiwaju Ahmed Tinubu. That one is telling you the man they are talking about, or whoever they are doing this thing on his behalf, is a strong grassroots politician, and it's not just maybe somebody somewhere has endorsed someone somewhere else. You can see some people that is throwing this thing, showing their interest. If I may let you know, of recent there are northerners like that praying for the arrival of Asiwaju Tinubu. They even have a prayer for him. So it's a great signal. This one about Osinbajo, the way I see that one, it's a let me say, I don't want to say that here. It's a caucus congress, which is let me say a political kid coming up with a kind of idea, and for, I think that one is from the traitor who really wants him to fight with Tinubu or to crush Tinubu by the virtue of his office. So the advisors there, I think, they still don't know. They are not a politician. Those people who have even, you know, advised him to do that in order to compete with Tinubu, I don't think they are they are politically okay.
I don't think they're politically okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so you know, recently Tinubu said something. He said, "Only God can take my life."
Oh, yes.
Yes, it's really a strong statement, which means rumor must have been flying around that probably is dead or something. So, on what ground do you think this statement must have been made for him to say this publicly, that it is only God that can take my life?
Yes, yes.
So that means must have heard something.
It is a strong word from a kind of belief. You know, it's part of believing in Almighty God, Him that it is only Him that gives and takes. And you know, you and I, we had this news from social media. So we have this woman from Nigeria that is a blogger. I don't know the way she. I've been saying, when I tell you this, you have to know my news is genuine and authentic. Tinubu is dead. Some other people announce it like that. Tinubu is dead, and some other, you know, haters will surely announce the death of whoever they hate. That is certain. You really understand? And by so doing, when this kind of thing is trending, you know, beyond your expectation, you are alive and you can see people are posting you dead and some other things like that. I think definitely you have to know those people are not wishing you well. And with that, you have to know. I think you have no other place to go than to go before God and say, nobody can take my life except God. If some other people really wishes to do so. So I think it's in his own right thinking and connection with God, if I may say.
Okay. So as we can see, 2023 is fast approaching. You know, we are all expectant of what is going to come out, what is going to come of it.
Yeah.
So on what ground did you stand now? That I need to know your own opinion.
My own opinion. I am a Nigerian and I am a Yoruba by tribe, of which I have to think like Yoruba. And at the same time, presently I will be thinking like a Nigerian, if possible.
Yes, sure.
Because, you know, we have a lot of problems in this country. By the way, you know, all this problem we are having is from our leaders. So even day by day, you will hardly you can say that you won't see some sudden news on the pages of papers. You know, insurgency, and look at, you know, this kind of loan that we have took from some countries that is even giving us problem, and whereby you will still see some other politician as well. A woman we just, you know, who took away a huge amount of money that can, you know, can be used for 5 years budget. Can you imagine all this? It's all over the social media and some pages of papers like that as a news. But my own stand, I have to reason as Yoruba. If 2003 election is coming, do you understand?
Yes.
I prefer mostly to try the Southerners. Do you understand? Which Igbos are involved. Do you understand? And at the same time, we can't say, okay, this party, we can't say this party, but in most cases, you have to belong to a party before you run for political office.
Of course.
And at the same time, that one is telling you that definitely you have to look at somebody who has done it. Who has done it, maybe from his local level, from his state, or who has made impact in so many lives, irrespective of the tribes. You know, because you can take a look at what is going on in the country now. Even some people said, Buhari want to Islamize Nigeria. I am a Muslim. Take a look at that, which cannot possible. Is he building more mosques? Is he, locking up the churches? Are you with me here?
Yeah.
Is he giving a special treatment to the Muslims? Is he building more mosque? Did he has his own? Is it okay? Muslim, you don't go. You go to mosque, and Christians should not go. All these are just fabrications, of which I don't believe in. But I believe is somehow, tribalism, a kind of tribalism in his game. So he really moves with his own people. That is why you can see that Miechala has say in this government than other citizens of Nigeria. So I think with that, you can see that we have to. I can't say I have a particular opinion, but I can say, as for me, I know whom to vote for, and I know who to support.
All right, good.
When the election.
Okay, good. During the time of Obasanjo's regime, and I think which other person's regime again?
Yaradua and Jonathan.
No, not even. Yeah, the level of insurgency, the Boko Haram, kidnapping, killings, and all that wasn't much as this.
You don't
hold on, like we have in this Buhari's regime.
Okay.
So now I'm trying to arrive at a point that are we saying that if Yoruba man, by God's grace, if Yoruba man mounts, become the president, emerge as a president in 2023, are we saying all these things, all these issues will reduce or it will stop totally? Because I could remember during Obasanjo's regime, it tackled this thing to the minimal level. Do you understand what I'm saying now?
It don't even come up at all. But,
it didn't. So are we saying it's going to, to some extent, going to stop in 2023? I mean, there has to be a full assurance for the Nigerians that, yes.
Well, I am not the presidential candidate.
Yes,
here.
I know.
I'm just a Nigerian in Yoruba. But all I can say, whoever is coming up to become Nigeria president come 2023, we surely know much more about what we are facing in Nigeria based on economy and the insurgency. And Nigerians are tired of this government. We all knew that. But as a matter of fact, everybody has their own agenda. But I believe the issue of Boko Haram, the way I see it, and if you read very well from the pages of newspaper, they have their associates. If Buhari could say it in a speech that as a testimony on a 64th year anniversary of Nigeria, and that 800,000 or what's the number surrendered. So to have surrendered, to have kidnapped people and contact those people and extract money from them, taking ransom and some other things, and we have Minister of Information and some other issues like that, NDLA, and now they are graduating, and Buhari was there some days ago, let me say less than a week. Do you understand? All this, okay, so just imagine that a place that bandits attacked, NDA, National Nigeria Defense Academy.
Yes.
Thank you so much. Have been attacked by bandits. Now come and tell me, those who cannot capture bandits in their own academy where they have been trained to attack the bandits. So what do you expect of those people to do when they are given jobs? So I think all this is a great challenge, and I think a great politician, even the Boko Haram, it's just the way they come up. You can can hear that they say some other executive are part of this Boko Haram. We had some years ago that somebody from Southeast is the logistic officer of this Boko Haram, and so many other things. All these things, it has political undertow. And those politicians know the way to cover it. I just wish God should help whoever is coming on board to tackle this issue.
Amen.
So that's it.
All right, that is it. We've come to the end of the program, and I appreciate my humble guest, AU Washington.
Yes, I'm down. Thank you.
Yes, and I remain your one and only humble guest, Femi Bakari. Thank you for staying live with us. I appreciate. Follow us on Facebook at Facetv. Follow us on Instagram at Facetv. Thank you. Catch you up on the next program.
Africa, and turn the notification on. Face TV Africa. Subscribe.
Face TV. Oswobi.